Good evening and welcome to the Hemingway Jones live fountain pen show, coming to you each Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live, which is a wonderful thing to be. The alternative is scary. So I'm very happy to have you all with me. We have a lot to talk about tonight, as we often do. Some things came in, which is nice. It's always nice when things come in, and it kind of gives me an extra level of things to talk about, which is a lot of fun. So I'm delighted to do that this evening. Also, I'm going to talk about tonight's topic, which is pretty much my feelings on Grail pens right now, and what would be my Grail, my final Grail, and why I probably will never buy it. Probably. And I have to put that disclaimer in because I think you know me and I often end up contradicting myself. I think things can be simultaneously true, and sometimes I make grand pronouncements about things I'll never do, and then I find myself doing them. But we're talking about pen purchases, so this isn't the end of the world. But anyway, welcome to you all. Always delighted to see you. Happy to see everyone in the comments. Already 100 chats in the chat. And that's, wow, a little over 2 minutes in. So you guys are really active tonight. I love seeing it. We have a very vibrant community here each Tuesday night, which is part of the reason why I go live so much. I should probably take the summer off, don't you think? Well, you probably don't think, and I probably never will, but I should. I really enjoy the live show, and Tuesday nights are one of those nights where I'm pretty much always home, so it works out pretty well. And I do try to keep an episode or so in the background that I can put in if I do need to have a week off, but not for the foreseeable future. I do have some travel plans, though. Some interesting ones to discuss with you, my cursive literate audience, the most engaging and intelligent and interesting. I learned so much from you guys each week. But let me tell you about my travel plans, because it could pertain to you. Do you find yourself going to a super pen show this August? Do you find yourself in the suburban Washington, D.C. area? If those two things come together for you on August 8th, then maybe we could meet up, because I will be at the D.C. Super Pen Show this August 8th. I will be flying out of Boston, flying down. I'm not sure how I'm getting from the airport to the hotel. Probably Uber, and then I'll stay all day, and then I'm taking a flight back. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be intense, and I'm looking forward to meeting you there. And I might need a camera person part of the time, too. So if you're around for that, that would be grand. I do have a super chat I'd like to recognize. It is $100 from somewhere else, but thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. Hi, I'll be traveling to Rome, Florence, and Venice next month. The big three. Good for you. I'll be there for 7 days, each city. Well done. 3 weeks. Brilliant. My wife is watching too many safety videos, and I'm getting worried about safety there. Any tips? P.S. The world needs Hemingway Jones merch urgently. Yeah, I'd love to have Hemingway Jones merch, to be honest, but it would have to be something of value. I wouldn't want to put something out that wasn't valuable. So I hope to have something soon, my friend Carlos, and thank you for the generous support, and have a wonderful trip. Safety in Italy, in Florence, Rome, and Venice. Not a concern at all. Even nothing you should worry about. It is one of the safest places in the world where you're going. You might see some scammers here and there, but safety, like Venice, is literally perhaps the safest place on Earth. There's no place for people to get away. It's an island. There's very little violent crime there. Rome, Rome's a big city. Anything could happen. I've been in Rome in the middle of the night, during the day. I never felt in any way in trouble. So you will be fine. Where you will be in danger, though, is trying to hold on to your money with all those brilliant stationery shops everywhere. There's a really nice stationery shop at the bottom of Ponte Vecchio. When you get off, go into Florence, right on the right, you'll see a really nice stationery shop. There's another one over by the Duomo. Florence has great, charming shops. Venice lost most of the charming ones, but it has a fantastic sort of chain stores, and any stationery store is pretty great. So you're going to have a great time, my friend, but don't worry about your safety. You're certainly safer there than most American cities, so you'll be fine, my friend. Big hugs and thanks for the support. So lots of great things going on, and the one thing I do ask, if you don't mind, is if you could subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. I love taking you guys to various places, and it's through the pen. The pen takes us everywhere and anywhere. And let me show you which pens I've been using lately. You may have seen this in one of my shorts. So this is the Knock Galen leather collaboration, very soft kind of catcher's mitt style. Pen case, I already got ink on, well done, Tim. Lined with silk. And this is what I'm carrying these days. Still an Italian summer for me with the Aurora Ol Sole Mio fountain pen. I am also about to put this away, but I've been carrying the Watchman Edson. I'm going to swap this out for something else. I do worry a little bit carrying this around as I do so much, but I adore it. Such a beautiful pen. Oh, look at that. Oh, so pretty. And the Schaefer Chevron, the black nib, and the ink that smells of coffee. There's a video coming up in a few weeks on this. So I'm having a blast with it. But this I'm going to give a little bit of a break. But that's what I'm carrying. And this, similarly attired, if you will, is the Wahl Eversharp Skyline. There's a video coming out on this week. This is the most Art Deco fountain pen I can think of. It's more Art Deco than the Phileas, than the Charleston. Then even this has a bit of Art Deco, kind of Neo-Deco. But this was made back at the height of Art Deco. We get into a lot of interesting discussions about things like this. I always hear from people, and everyone has opinions. There was somebody recently arguing that this is not an Art Deco pen, which I find a really interesting and kind of original point of view. I will make my case this Thursday when I do the video on this. I tell the whole story of Wahl Eversharp, and this pen in particular, also of Art Deco and the designers behind it. And I compare this to its inspirations. This was inspired most specifically by a steam, I believe it was a steam engine. Yeah, it was probably steam, probably not electric. I'm going with steam engine. Maybe it was something else. I don't know. Diesel? Could be. I don't know what kind of engine, but I know the design was thoroughly Art Deco. So it should be a fun and interesting video, and I make that case, and you can decide on your own. Also, I had somebody recently very, very vehemently arguing that the Pelikan M1000 is a Art Deco pen and not an Art Nouveau pen, as I like to make the case for. Personally, I could argue it either way, to be honest. I can argue most things from both sides. It was sort of how I was trained in rhetoric, if you will, to argue things from multiple points of view. But the reason, and I'm swapping my Mont Blanc 149 for the Edson for a few days. So it's going to be Watchman 149, the Schaefer Legacy, and the Old Solomio for a few days. And I'll probably pull the Edson back out soon. I put the Edson back into the Hall of Heroes. This is the Cartier Diablo. This is the Pilot Custom Urushi. This beautiful Pelikan. I guess I could have shown this. And the Edson's going back to Schliepums. There's a video coming up on this one as well. So, we'll use this now. I'm talking more about the traditional Pelikan. And it has those pinstripe pants. That was the inspiration for the original Pelikan. Oh, yeah, that's right. Pelikan design. The curlicues on the nib, very Art Nouveau. I see this clip is very Art Nouveau. Now, it's possible to find some sweeping forms like this in Art Deco. But when you take the pinstripes of the barrel, which were inspired by 19th century formal wear, the curlicues on the nib, which are completely Art Nouveau, and then this, which could also be Art Nouveau, I think I make a good, compelling case. I think the top looks pretty Art Deco here, though, to be honest. Could I argue it the other way? I think you could, but I think it's a weaker case. But this person was so upset. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's subjective, really. I mean, I think I'm right, but I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. Whatever makes you happy. This is a bit Art Deco, though, huh? The Cartier. Cartier Diablo, a gorgeous pen, very difficult to find. Hard to find a listing for this one. Gorgeous Chinese lacquer, absolutely gorgeous. Super chat time. Thank you from Maxmer, $4.99. Thank you so much. Thank you, HJ, for your review of the Galen Compendium and not case. I was so impressed with those items, I now have them both myself. Love. Galen. Yeah, oh, you're not Galen. I thought you were signing off. Love Galen. That's so silly. I get it now. I'm like 10, 20 seconds behind. I was going to say I love you too, but you're not Galen. The leather company is. But, yeah, I had a friend 30 years ago named Galen. So that's why my mind went there. This is very Art Deco. By the way, you can just about see out of frame my John F. Kennedy print that I got framed. Can you see it? I am super excited. I could kind of show you. There you go. See him? John F. Kennedy. Up that way. See him? Yeah. I think I'm going to put that in my office. John F. Kennedy dressed like me. Big John F. Kennedy fan. So thanks for the super chats. I appreciate it. So yes, Wall Eversharp this week. Learn about Art Deco. Learn about this pen. Is it any good? Should you add it to your collection? So many questions, but don't worry. I have answers for you this Thursday. So don't miss it on the Hemingway Jones channel. Next week is a banger of a video. I am super excited. I hope you will be too. It is the return of Mont Blanc to the channel. The 149 in particular. And this video is called 5 Things I Love and 5 Things I Hate about the Mont Blanc 149. So that should be a lot of fun. That comes out next Thursday at noon. That's when all my videos come out. Noon, Boston time. Last week, we had the Perfect 5 Grail pen collection, of which I have many of them right here, because I filmed the video, filled this up, and haven't put most of them away. But I do switch them out with my daily case, too. A lot of fun. I mostly miss my Pilot Custom Urushi when I'm not carrying it. But that's another pen I'm trying not to carry so much, but I love it so much. So much. Also, the Galen Leather video. If you haven't seen it, check it out on the Compendium, which is a portable writing desk in leather. Pretty exciting. And the Romanticize Your Life video. A video I put up that I never imagined anybody would watch. I'll be honest. I put that up on what I thought was an off week. I think it was Memorial Day week when no one's watching. And traditionally, my viewership usually craters, but this year it hasn't, which I'm really pleased. I like to keep you guys entertained. Are you not entertained? And the Romanticize Your Life video is doing very well. And I'm so glad, because I put a lot into that video. My whole heart. A whole lot of writing and rewriting. That was a few months of tinkering with that script. So, but I guess it worked. So I'm very pleased with that. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I see them. Thank you. And hello, Texas Easy Writer with a $15 super chat. Thank you so much. Have the Mont Blanc homage to JFK 146 Burgundy. Great pen. That is a pretty pen. I like that one. A lot of their pens that are kind of representative of different people, I don't always like. I feel like they go for the obvious. They go for the over the top. They can be vulgar. Like the Gatsby pen. I hate the Gatsby pen. He's not a real person, though, obviously. But the JFK pen's nice. It has the lunar module on the nib, which is very cool, because JFK famously said, "I choose to go to the moon." I have a bad JFK accent. Not because it's easy, but because it's hard. I love that sentiment, that you do something because it's difficult, because it's challenging. Texas Easy Writer, thank you for the super chat. So, yeah, big JFK fan. See, I'm tying it all together. Pen, well, actually, Texas Easy Writer tied it all together. I'm just going with it. But I see a lot of love for the video on romanticizing your life. So thanks, guys, for watching that. And as we talk about romanticizing our lives, let me show you something that romanticizes my life. This is something that touched me deeply, made me emotional. And I recorded it. I was going to open this with all of you tonight, but I didn't know what it was, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't showing something like a private address or something. So I opened it last night and had my wife film me, and it's going up as a short tomorrow. So don't miss it here on YouTube. I do release shorts as well, a few a week, up to 3 a week. I don't want you sick of me, so I don't do it every day. Plus, I probably have trouble coming up with something every day, but 3 seems to work. But so I got a gift, and I'll give you a hint. This is the hint. Do you know what this is? If you're a fan of the channel, you should know. This, when you see this, it means your life is about to change. It means that you're about to enter a world of artistry and mystery and ancient bookbinding. Yes, this is the ribbon of Niccolo, the artist, the maestro behind Bottega Obscura. El mio preferito. I love Bottega Obscura. Love Niccolo. He's such a sweet guy. He sent me this as a personal gift I'm still going to show it and share it with all of you. He is just so lovely. I see Turtle Whiskers saying, you've been doing so many awesome videos. Thank you. Thank you, Turtle Whiskers. I appreciate it. I've been really trying. I've been very inspired to produce good stuff here. The summer lineup is a banger. I think you're going to enjoy it. So thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I do appreciate it. Peter Harbinson, $20 super chat. Special award for world's worst JFK accent. I don't think it's the world's worst. I mean, there's got to be worse than me. And I do live in Boston, so it can't be that bad. But hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support to the channel. I love the humbling criticism. It keeps me grounded. I appreciate it. So thank you. So this is what my friend Nicolo sent me. And this is very special indeed. I love griffins, by the way. I love griffins especially. Why? Because griffins are the symbol of one of my favorite places on planet Earth. A place I've known my entire life and I go to be grounded. And that is the Philadelphia Art Museum. Philadelphia Art Museum means so much to me. So much to me that it really makes me angry that they're putting that stupid Rocky statue at the top of the steps. It does not belong at the Art Museum. In another 10, 20 years, no one's even going to know who that person is. And I know that's a controversial claim, but those steps are gorgeous. It has a beautiful view of the city. We don't need that there. Keep it at the bottom where it was. Let people take their pictures with it. You can't even take a picture with it at the top of the steps. It's a bad move. I mean, it was there for the movie. Keep it off the steps. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments or the chat, but I'm not a fan. Back to Bottega Obscura. So Griffin, two griffins. This is the, I believe this is kind of like a Masonic symbol almost. It's like the hand of the deity sort of designing the planet with a compass or the universe or something. Very interesting, done in embossed gold. Really beautiful, but look at the side here. Look at that. My initials, TJS. Beautiful symbols here. These are like museum pieces. They're so beautiful. Look at the same iconography as on the front. More griffins. Everything is sort of aged. Look at the side. The paper. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Cute griffins. Hey guys. Anyway. And this is what's interesting about. Look at the inside paper. Did you figure it out too? I'm sure you've noticed. Let me get rid of myself here so you can see. You must have noticed that it's done horizontally rather than vertically. It's sort of landscape, and it's very bright white paper this time around. And the orientation is landscape. And why? Why is it this way? Oh, why? Why is it this way? Because my friend Nicolo sees me writing standing up, and he thinks I'd be more comfortable writing with this format. So this was custom made to me from my dear friend. And you know what? Until this moment, I hadn't really thought about, but he might be right. Because you guys see me, right? I'm always standing up, writing strange. Of course, I could write like this. Can't stop me. You can certainly write this way. You can write any way you like. That's what's so fun. Maybe write each page in a different direction. But he developed this for me. I lost track of which way it was. Now I got it. For me, when I stand up and I write places. So it's just so perfect. What a cool thing. What a great size. It'll look great on my shelves. Amazing. Very cool. I'm sure he would make one of these for you if you ask him. No idea what it costs. So don't ask me. I don't know. Don't ask me things I don't know. You have to ask him. But he is an artist. Sandy's Channel 16917. $5 super chat. Thank you. I love the video on romanticizing your life. Everyone's life and work matters. Great job. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I agree completely, and you're absolutely right. They do. I don't want to put this down. Oh, it smells nice too. Oh, it smells rich leather. Did that sound like Ricardo Montalban a little bit? Rich Corinthian leather. Anybody old enough to remember that? Oh, so good. So good. Let me also show you a few things and then we'll get chatting. Trying to keep an eye on the time. My friend Benjo Markland sent me a typewritten letter, which I really like. And it's all on the Watchmen 52 and 52 and a half. Why? Because he fixed them for me. They were both broken. As you know, I love to break my pens. This is the 52 and a half. It has such a great nib. I am only going to put very gentle inks in this now. I have a bad habit of putting like sheening ink. It's a little inky. Excuse me. Sorry for the noise, but I do have a paper towel down here. I like to use a shop towel. Oh, there it is. I usually use paper towels under my ink bottles. I'll use a shop towel on a pen. It's just a little like, it's been worked on, so it's just a little like oily. It's not inky, it's oily. This probably came from elsewhere. I don't know. Maybe it did come from here. I really don't know. Anyway, beautiful. Beautiful pen. So happy to have it back. Only good guy inks are going in here. This is such a nice tube for shipping. And then this is my Watchmen 52 in red ripple. Both of these have been out of commission. I think I sent these to him like 3 months ago, so I'm super psyched to get them back. Very nice. I don't know if these have ink in them or not. It doesn't look like it. They both have flex nibs. Very nice flex nibs. They originally came, in case you didn't guess, from Peyton Street Pens, which is where I buy most of my vintage pens. Is this not pretty? Whoops. This is why it has to go back. I just broke it again. Beautiful ancient pen. Look at that. Do you love it? Is it just me? Do you love it? I love it. I love this too. Matter of fact, I should leave these out. I gotta ink them up. Live the dream. Beautiful. See the difference between a 52 and a half and a 52? This got a little inky. These are very safe pen carriers, by the way. If you can get a hold of one of these, you can put pretty much, get back here, any size pen in here. So, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. It's over here. Try to stay organized. So I guess that's it for my show and tell, but it's pretty fun stuff. I love the Bottega journal. I love having my 52 and 52 and a half back. It's really a diminutive pen, but very nice. Lever filled pens, not the best for carrying around with you, if I may. They tend to get upset stomachs and kind of burp up on you, if you will. Try not to use bad language. Hazel! Love hearing from Hazel. How are you, Hazel? $5 super chat. Tomorrow at 9 Central, appointments with Matthew Chen and workshops for the Atlas Sidewalk sale will become available. I hope to see folks there. Hazel, what are the dates of the Atlas Sidewalk sale. I'm not going this year. I am feeling terrible that I'm not going. I would love to go. I wish I could go to Chicago multiple times a year. I love Atlas. I think they're such a brilliant company and such lovely people. But yes, so keep an eye out tomorrow night for the workshops to go live. You don't want to miss it. Believe me. I had a great time last year. I had an absolute blast last year. Got to meet Hazel. Got to meet a lot of people. Thank you so much for the generous support. I appreciate it. And Hazel has the dates. Atlas Sidewalk Sale, August 13th and 14th. Do not miss it. It's so fun. It's life-changingly fun. The people you'll meet and everyone else. Speaking of people I met Lucas Bell there, and Lucas reached out today to tell me that someone was trying to get a hold of me. I am very good at answering my messages, if I do say so myself. And I generally get back to people right away or very, very quickly. For some reason, Greyhound Mom's messages kept going into my spam, so I never saw them. And she just wanted to sign up for the Pen Pal group, and I feel terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So I'm going to add her to the list very soon. I'm going to send her a welcome letter. I send welcome letters to everyone, but I feel awful that her messages, for whatever reason, went into my spam. So a public apology to Greyhound Mom. I don't know what happened. I have no excuse for myself, but I do blame Apple. I blame you, Steve Jobs. Or somebody. Tim Cook. Yeah. So, okay. Let me do my quick commercial for myself. If you've watched this far, we're about a half hour in. The night goes fast. Please subscribe. That's all I ask. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel even more, membership. You could join the channel, get your name at the end credits. And if you join as Illuminati or Cognoscenti, you can join the Pen Pal group. It's a lot of fun. So consider it. But I appreciate all your support. Just watching means so much. Interacting with me. I'd be so lonely. I never take this for granted too, guys. I work so hard to make the channel interesting. I remember, and it wasn't that long ago, when I first joined YouTube, and I was lucky if 300 people were watching my videos. And by the way, I went back recently and I watched what could have been my first video on here, and it was on the Kaweco Lilliput. And it's really interesting because it has all the ingredients that were going into my channel. It had me talking with cutaways to B-roll, has me doing a history of Kaweco, but I didn't know how to animate anything then. I didn't know how to do transitions. So everything is really rough. Even my presentation style, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm sort of looking off. You ever watch somebody's YouTube channel and they don't know where the camera is and they look off into the nether distance and you want to make a connection with them? You're like, hey, I'm over here. Take a look. They're looking there. They can't hear you. It's a parasocial relationship. They can't hear us as they stare in the wrong direction. The other thing too, have you ever noticed anyone, and there's a lot of people, and they read, like they have their script and they're talking to you. I actually can't move my eyes. I don't know if you know this about me. So if I were to read, if you could catch me reading, like I do look at show notes for the live show, but if you saw me in one of my regular videos and I were reading, my head would be going like this. This is how I read because my left eye doesn't move. It stays straight ahead. So I have to move my head to read. But I do see people whose eyes are doing, you know, the crazy read thing, and they're usually looking off too. So anyway, my first video, I was doing a lot of that kind of thing. And it was interesting for me to go back and look at. And I never want to take it for granted. It was so much work to learn how to edit all that I've learned about pens and people and everything. It's just been such a joy. It really has. This channel means the world to me. We're doing good. I'm trying to think, our track record's really good. I've caught a few tiny little things. I remember once I was reviewing a pen and I called the back of it the piston fill knob because it looked like one, but it was a cartridge pen. I think that's really the only substantive mistake I've made. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, it's Greyhound Mom. How are you? $5 super chat. Yay! Yes, that was me. Please don't feel bad. I look forward to being a part of the Pen Pal group. Thank you. I do feel bad, though, just because I'm really good at getting back to people. I'm just so sorry it went to spam. I don't know what happened. But Lucas knows how to get a hold of me. And it's a good thing. I might need a little help on the channel. I might ask him or someone who might want to help me to keep the Pen Pal group list up to date, because I'm kind of doing that. I'm doing a lot of stuff, but I love it. But time is finite, I find. But Greyhound Mom, thank you for your kind, generous support. I'm so sorry, but we're back on track, which is great. Okay. So I've been thinking a lot about Grail pens because I just put up a video on them. And I am aware of sort of how obnoxious it is in a way to have kind of some of these pens. And, they all have an interesting story. This one I got at the Atlas sidewalk sale last year. And Pilot gave me a fantastic deal on it, which I appreciated. And Atlas, which I really appreciated. And the Edson I bought at the DC Super Pen Show 2 years ago from Truffet. Chris, lovely guy. Can't wait to see him. I'll probably give him a hug. I love Chris. Great guy. The Cartier Diablo I got on sale. It was a $1,000 pen I got for $2 and change. Sale of the century. The best purchase ever made. $200 was a lot of money for me then. And I'm glad I put it out. Especially for a pen, But the thing is, I don't rank my pens by price. I don't consider that because it's a Montblanc 149 that it's better, or I'm better because I own it. I bristle a little bit when I see things parsed that way online, even by the companies themselves. I like Montblanc. I think they have a serious QC issue, and I hope they fix it. I hear that they want to. I also hear they want to fix their paper in their journals so that it works with fountain pens, which would all be very welcome. I find a lot of their pens sort of vulgar. I find a lot of high-end pens vulgar. I don't want to pick on Montblanc because they're probably one of the least offenders. Is it Monte Grappa with all the crazy like Frankenstein pen and all? I find those just silly. The 007 pen. I don't like stuff like that. I like pens because they write. And when they stop writing and they're just sort of pens to own because it's expensive, I'm not interested. I can admire something if it's jewelry. I saw Cartier did a pen. I don't know if it was a Diablo edition, but it was in precious gemstones. And it was almost $200,000. I respected it, but it starts to get a little ridiculous, if you don't mind. I have a hard time right now spending more than $500 for a fountain pen, let alone $4,000 or $10,000. And there's some folks that they'll do a post or something like, look at my $15,000 pen, and it's like, that's great, but I guess it's the banker in me that says, you should have not spent that much. You should have maybe bought a Montblanc for $1,000 and put the other $14,000 into a nice investment or something. I don't know. There's always two sides to these things. And I get it. If you have the means and that's your thing and you want to, I'm not going to say don't. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. I'm just saying, for me, some of it comes across as a little crass. And I make my own choices, and I want to be much, much more responsible with my purchases. I want them to be intentional. But there is a grail out there that lies just beyond my grasp. And this is a, I got distracted by a comment, which I shouldn't do. It's not a very good show if I keep going off on tangents. But Turtle Whiskers asks, HJ, is your hair a lot shorter or my eyes deceiving you? My hair is not a lot shorter. Before the show, I just took some water and I went like that. So it's actually, let me see. You can see it's quite long still. See? It's very, very, very long still. It's just I kind of pushed it back. So anyway, okay. So back to what I was saying about my Grail pens. So there is a Grail that in every sense of the word is a Grail for me. It's beyond the price that I would spend for a pen. And it's rare, but not so rare. It's considered rare, but I could buy one right now if I wanted to. So I don't consider a pen that rare if you, at any given time, you can buy one. And this is certainly like that. The Cartier Diablo, much different. The only listing I ever saw for one, somebody sent me one recently, and it's a listing and it says on it, there's no price, and it says, we have to check to see if we still have it, or something like that, or I have to check our stock. And a lot of times those kind of companies, they don't actually have it. They just want to go source it. So I don't take any chances. I just don't. But anyway, with this particular pen, it goes anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. I'm not spending that. You hear me? I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I probably am not. I really can't and won't. How's that? It is the Mont Blanc Hemingway edition. The 1992 release with that gorgeous coral orange barrel and black cap. A true interesting pen with Hemingway's signature on the cap, I believe. I have held it a few times. There was one at the Empire State Pen Show that a friend of the channel was looking at, and I picked it up and I found a chip on it. I'm very good at honing in on the details, especially any sort of break in a pattern. I am geared toward that, probably because I'm focused, because my eye doesn't move. I focus straight forward. And I saw that chip and I was like, I wouldn't pay that for it. They wanted like $3,000, I think. And if it has a chip, I wouldn't pay $200 for a pen with the chip. That's just me. It has to be in good condition. It's one of my sort of hard rules, in fact. Brick by Brick 75 $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Use your pens for joy. Thoughts are to be shared or keep close to your heart via your journals. If your pen is $40,000 or $40 or less, it is your pen for you to give life to paper. I agree. For me, you have to be able to write with it. I'm not buying a pen that goes in a case. I have a few pens that went in the safe. I kind of feel bad about them. I'm not sure I need to own them. But thank you so much for that generous super chat. And the Hemingway. I just kind of feel like I'm destined for that pen. I wish I had bought it when I first saw it back in 1992. And I forget how much it was, but it was way beyond me at the time. But $4,000 is just getting kind of stupid. I don't think, and I don't think it's really worth that. Certainly not to me. I would pay $2,500 for it, maybe $3 at the most, but $4 is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. Marco Bitcoin, $10 super chat. Did you ever do a spotlight on the 3776 Century? I plan on making it my first gold nib pen. Would love to get your full take. New to the channel. Loving your content. On my way to romanticizing my life. Marco, thanks so much, my friend. Thanks for the generous support. I appreciate it. And yes, I have covered that pen recently. I'm trying to remember. I think it was the $200 gold nib video where I looked at gold nibs that you could get for around $200. It was in that. Yes, a brilliant pen, a great choice. So check it out there. Happy Scrappy Sam, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. It's got my first order from Peyton Street Pens, a Lady Schaefer 632 14 karat medium stylo point. Hey, good job. Nib. The squeeze converter makes me nervous. Any thoughts on this particular Schaefer? I don't know it, sadly, so I can't really comment. But way to go. It sounds brilliant, and I wish you all the best with it. I have a snorkel, and I have my legacies. I don't have a lot of Schaefers. I probably should get some more. Thanks for the super chat. So back to this pen. I do feel like, considering my channel, considering my internet name, and what a video I could make on that pen, I kind of feel like I should pick one up, but I just can't bring myself to pay that kind of money. So I just kind of feel like it's probably beyond me. The only thing I could see is that maybe I'll pick one up for my 60th birthday next year, which would be kind of a nice way to mark the occasion. Kind of a big deal. Maybe I could do something like that. So that's why I say probably, because there is a small chance that I might contradict myself and actually do it, but not in the near future. And I should probably stop talking about it, because I am notorious for driving up the prices of pens that I talk about, like the Watchman Edson, which was much more affordable before I started to hype it up. And I didn't mean to hype it up. It's worthy of all the hype and then some. It's brilliant. It's perfect. It's fantastic. I did the same thing with the Watchman Charleston. Used to be able to get those for like 120, 150, and then I started to talk about what a great pen it is for 120, 150, and the prices shot up. Can't imagine what a Cartier Diablo would go for if we did see one on eBay, and I hope we do soon. Mary Madden. Hi, Mary. Always love to hear from Mary. $4.99 super chat. Thank you. HJ, you're so humorous and self-effacing. Much appreciated. Beyond all the great pen journal info. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. I do. I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts with all of you, and I appreciate it, Mary. Always great to see Mary. She's often at pen shows that I'm at, so always good to see her. So, yeah, you know, it's like, it's sort of a double-sided thing. I kind of wish I bought more Edsons before I inflated the price by talking about them. But it's all very much worthy, and it's kind of nice, I guess, that I have a voice in the pen community and that words ripple out. And that's why I try to make sure my words are pure and that my goal is to make connections. I don't like to be pulled into any kind of drama. Not that I have, I'll have to say. The comments are so lovely. There used to be kind of a lot of trolls in my comments, but it's been a long time since I've seen a troll. I'm starting to believe that trolls don't exist. But by the way, you ever see the Norwegian movie Troll and Troll 2? Awesome. They're so good. And it's a giant troll comes to life and starts strolling through the countryside on its way to one of the cities in Norway. And it's great fun. The special effects are better than anything we do. The CGI looks fantastic. And it's just fun. But anyway, I'm very careful. I think it's I think that this community in particular, right, we're all about sharing our knowledge and the things that we're passionate about. And I think the more I lean into that, the things I'm passionate about, the more interesting and compelling the channel gets. Am I wrong? I think so. I mean, I think I'm not wrong, but maybe I am. I mean, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. Texas Easy Writer, my friend, hello again. $15, thank you. Bought my Edsons in 2003, 2004. Keep chatting them up, sincerely, right? Well done. Well done, my friend. Thank you for the support of the channel. I do appreciate it. So, I don't know, there are a lot of pens out there, and there are ones we have yet to discover. This week, we will be discovering the Wall Eversharp Skyline in aluminium, a modern reinterpretation. And I know I'm going to save this for the review. The nib shape is interesting on this. It's kind of a unique nib shape. It flares. I wish it were more Art Deco, but the original ones weren't either. But I kind of wish it were. But interesting pen. Do a nice job. I'd like to see kind of like a celluloid one again. That would be very, very cool. That would be very, very cool. And that could happen. That could easily happen. And also the Schaefer Legacies are coming out in gold soon, which is very exciting. This one is tuned. Oh, I can't wait to tell you about it. That's coming out in a couple weeks. So a lot coming out in the channel, guys. This week's video is on the Wall Eversharp. Next week, 5 things I love about the Montblanc 149. Wow, that's fantastic. So positive. And 5 things I hate about it too. Wow. To be honest, I have trouble being negative about anything. I like to tell the truth about things, so it wasn't that hard to come up with 5 things I hate. But what you need to see is if they match yours. But should be a very fun show too for next week. So lots of interesting stuff coming up on the channel, my friends. So I do appreciate you being here and watching, joining the chat and the comments and the likes and everything else, the super chats. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. I feel like we're at the end. We've had a fantastic hour. It flew by again. Love spending time with you all. Thank you all so much. I can promise you that I'll see you again very soon, because there's going to be a short tomorrow, and then there's a video on Thursday, and then Friday I'll be off. It's a bank holiday, Juneteenth, and this weekend as well. So I'm sure I'll make more videos. So it should be a lot of fun. So thank you all for watching. Much love, and I promise you we'll see each other again. Yes, we will, very soon, further up the road. So take care.